spied a tall blade of grass and hurled himself at it, shouting, "Watch me! Take this!" Callan, sit up, please. What is he doing to the grass? He's showing him that he's brave, but what is he doing? Huh? He's like climbing the grass? Yeah. Is grass very big? Because the mouse is what? Pretty small, right? Okay. "And this." "I see," said Lion. "How many battles have you fought, little mouse?" "Believe me, King, I try to avoid them. I'm quite small, you see, but I don't avoid mountains. I go right over them if they're in my way." "Please let me go," Mouse begged. "You might need me someday, in a pinch." What does "in a pinch" mean? You might need me in a pinch. Anna?
It means that you might need to help you.
Yeah. What does "in a pinch" tell us, though? You might need me in a pinch. What kind of situation, Carly?
In a big one.
Okay. Or like when it's serious, right? You might need me someday. All right.
In a pinch.
And what is the mouse promising Lion? "Please let me go," Mouse begged. "You might need me someday in a pinch." What is he promising Lion? That what? Daisy?
That you'll help him if he's in trouble.
Yeah. The mouse promises the lion if he ever gets in trouble, he's going to help him. Good job. Lion laughed and laughed. "I need you? Good joke. But I like you, little mouse. Go and climb more mountains, and don't brag about your bravery." King Lion gave his paw to be kissed, but Mouse meekly backed away. "Bless you, sir, and goodbye." What do you think meekly backed away means? What do you picture the mouse doing? Carly, what do you think meekly backed away means? Quickly. What do you think he was feeling? Scared. Valerie, do you agree? Lily, do you think he was feeling anything else? Callan? Nervous. Yeah. He's escaping the lion, right? So he's getting away quickly. Chaos, what do you think?
Annoyed.
Huh?
He's gonna go back.
Okay, that's okay. All right, Mouse tripped over his tail and rolled down the ridge and out of sight. Lion thought about him for a moment. He yawned and soon fell back asleep. A year passed, and Lion forgot all about his acquaintance. One afternoon, a warm breeze in the tall grass made him drowsy. "Ah, yes," he thought, "a wink under that old baobab tree. Just the thing." He padded into the leafy shade and stumbled straight into a trap set by hunters. Uh-oh. So the setting is a time and a place in a story. How would you describe the place in the picture? Just looking at this picture, how would you describe this place, Chaos?
There's a doorway in the tree.
There's a doorway in the tree? Okay. Lily? Use descriptive words. What do you think this picture tells us about the setting, the place? Where is he? Somewhere where lions live? Okay, Kellen, what do you think? Huh?
I think it's in a place that's really hot.
Really hot? Okay. How can you tell it's really hot there? How do you make that
Because
inference?
I know where lions live and super hot.
Okay. Somebody give me a descriptive word. How about what time of day do you think it is? Raise your hand. Cadence, what time of day do you think it is here? Daisy?
Morning, because it looks like the sun's coming.
Morning. Okay, Carly, what do you think? Afternoon. Let me read it again. It says, let's see. Oh, it says one afternoon, a warm breeze in the tall grass made him drowsy. So afternoon, it looks like the sun is maybe going down. That was a good thought, though, that the sun is coming up. It could be morning.
Hey, I got it.
You did get it. Good job. Yeah. Good. Okay. Let's move on. A net dropped and twisted around him. The more he kicked and struggled, the more tightly it bound him. It hurts, he cried, and nobody heard him. What time is it now?
Night, winter.
Valerie? Night. You think it changed to winter all of a sudden? It does. It does look like snow. Or we could say that those are maybe stars. But yeah, so it went from like afternoon, so he's been in this trap now for probably a while. So now it's nighttime. And what do you think the weather turned to? Do you think what? Anna?
Snow.
Well, I don't know about snow. Daisy? Maybe a little cold. Carly, do you agree?
Yes.
Do you think he's happy? What do you think he's feeling?
Sad and lonely.
Sad and lonely? Lily, what do you think?
Scared.
Scared?
And mine's not scared. And sad because he didn't.
How do you think his emotions changed from the beginning? What was he acting like in the beginning of the story, and how does he feel now? Somebody help me out. I'll give you a hint. In the beginning, he was acting all tough, right? Because he was bigger than the mouse, and this mouse was scared of him. But now, who is he afraid of?
Mouse.
Carly?
The hunter.
The hunters, because they set that trap. So now he switched roles. Now he's the afraid one. Carly?
I got a cousin named Hunter.
Really? Okay. All right. At sunrise, Mouse popped out of his nest and sniffed. He smelled Lion and came running. No reason to be afraid of our king, he said. No reason at all. He found Lion in a sorry tangle, panting beneath the baobab tree. "Oh, king," he said, "do you remember how you laughed at me? I can help you now." Little one moaned. Lion, "What can you do?" "Don't worry, my little teeth are just what you need." "You tell me not to worry," Lion grunted. "Good joke, little mouse." Okay, so I have some questions. So, how do you think the lion feels about the mouse coming to possibly help him? Lily, how do you think he feels about that? Huh? Valerie? He might be happy, but he says, well, the mouse says, "Do you remember how you laughed at me? I can help you now." And then the lion says, "What can you do?" Mean? Kellen?
I think he feels like he doesn't need any help.
Yeah.
He doesn't think the mouse is going to do anything.
He doesn't, so Kellen said he doesn't think that the mouse is going to be able to help.
I agree.
You agree? So he says, let's make an inference. So everyone look at our picture above the traditional tales. It says, make an inference. Figure out things the text does not tell you. Okay, so let's read this again. He says, "Don't worry, my little teeth are just what you need." So they don't tell us how his teeth are going to help us in his little situation here. What do you think, Lily? What do you think his little teeth are going to do for the lion?
I tried to catch a mouse and
Nope, we're not talking about stories. I'm asking, how is the mouse going to help? Daisy?
he's gonna bite the rope.
He's going to bite the rope. Do you agree, Carly?
Yeah.
Do you think that's going to get him out of this situation? Okay, let's find out. All right. Mouse said to it, nibbling the net and tickling Lion with his paws as he scampered to and fro. "Finally," Mouse declared, "you are free, Lion. Sir, I mean." Lion stood up, shook his mane, and roared. How do you think he's feeling? Anna, how do you think? Happy? Daisy? Free? Kellen?
I think he's feeling kind of weird because the mouse just saved him.
So what did you say?
I think he's kind of feeling kind of weird because the mouse.
Weird? Okay. I like how you brought that up, but I don't know if weird is a good word to describe how he's feeling. I agree that he probably feels maybe different. Do you guys know what humbled means? You know when you, have you ever met somebody that brags a lot? They brag like, "I'm so good at this," and so say they lose at a game, then they kind of are humbled. They're like, well, someone else won. Somebody else can beat me at a game, right?
My brother.
That's okay. That's an example. So that's how the lion is feeling. In the beginning of the story, lion was acting all tough, like he could do anything in the world, right? And this tiny itty bitty mouse that he tried to scare away and he was gonna eat him comes and literally saves his life, right? So now he's like, wow, this little mouse actually did save me. All right, keep reading. Then he crouched low to look in Mouse's eyes. Those little eyes seemed full of darting thoughts and things to do. You shall also be free, Mouse. I grant you liberty to climb every mountain in my kingdom, even mountains that snore and rumble in their sleep and roll over when you climb on them. Visit me again, my friend. I will, Mouse promised. Now please, take care. Men are everywhere with traps to snare us, large and small. Okay, I'm gonna read something again and I want you to tell me what he means. He says, I grant you liberty to climb every mountain in my kingdom, even mountains that snore and rumble in their sleep and roll over when you climb on them. What kind of mountain is he talking about, Chaos?
Kingdom.
Okay, Carly?
The mountains with lions on them.
Yeah, so he's talking about, yeah, Daisy, do you agree? Yeah, because other mountains, like Rocky Mountains, they don't talk, right? They don't roll over, they don't move, they don't snore, right? So he's talking about he can climb on him whenever he needs to. Lion watched until Mouse vanished between rocks and grasses. Then he too bounded away until he reached the ridge where he could stretch and dream of bats and beetles, ants, cicadas, bright sunbirds, and scampering mice. That day, such small things made him happy. So he sets out that list. How do you think he felt about those things? Of bats, beetles, ants, sunbirds? How do you think he felt about them before he met Mouse? Carly? How do you think he felt about those things?
Like he could just push them.
He wanted to just squish them. But now what does he say? He says, that day such small things made him happy. Do you think he likes those things now? Yeah? You think he's going to try to eat them every time he sees them?
No.
Not anymore. I don't think so. So do we agree that this is a fable? Were there animals in this story? Well, let's see. Did it have a happy ending? Yeah, it did. What do you think the lesson the author wanted us to learn from reading this? Cadence? What do you think the lesson the author wants us to learn from this? You shouldn't brag. Okay, good. Lily? Should always be nice. Daisy? Okay, Carly?
You shouldn't hurt people and try and scare them.
You shouldn't try to scare people. I agree. Yeah. Anna, what do you think?
Or don't scare them because they might have some sort of, as they went to the doctor, they got some sort of coronavirus that if you scare them, they'll go unconscious.
Okay.
That's
I don't know if I've ever heard of that. Have you ever heard the saying, don't judge a book by its cover?
yeah.
What does that mean? Lily, what does that mean?
Don't judge it.
By what? In this case, what descriptive word describes this mouse? What size is he? So just because he's small, does that mean he's not helpful or brave or kind or?
No.
No. Turns out he's all of those things, right? What do you think, Carly?
I think it means like if you see a tiny person on the title and you're like, haha, he's not going to do anything because he's a tiny. He could do something.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So that tells me as a friend, if a new kid comes in school and they look a little different, they act a little different, you could still be their friend, right?
Yeah.
Because you want to get to know them. Did the lion get to know the mouse?
Yes.
Yeah. Carly?
My cousin has autism, and when you say there's a bear, he'll be so scared.
Really?
Yeah.
All All right, so that was our story today. All right, we're gonna go back to our seats, and I think we're gonna start our silent reading a little bit early today, but we're gonna be doing silent reading a little differently today. So everyone go to your seat and put your iPad on your desk. Do not log in yet, okay?
I have to take a test.